Hello everyone, welcome to Eternal Brews. My name is Pojo. Today we're covering Progress Quest, a fun little deck utilizing A New Tomorrow. And another one of those decks where we're running Seek Power, where we aren't running Seek Power for very silly reasons. I've talked a lot about why Seek Power is one of the most important cards in Eternal, and we're going to actually show off two different decks over the course of the next couple of Eternal Brews, where we do not use Seek Power for a very specific silly reason. And like, even in these decks, that's really questionable. I think you should always run 4 Seek Power in your deck, and so we're just gonna add that little addendum there in most circumstances. So this is the deck where we are not running Seek Power, and the reason that we're not running Seek Power is because we want to play A New Tomorrow. We wanted to play it so bad that we're actually running 2 copies of it. And if we play A New Tomorrow, then we never draw Seek Powers, we never draw anything but gas afterwards, because we have played all of the top 10 power of our deck depleted, meaning we only draw cards that aren't power cards. So that's the basic idea behind it. Once we get A New Tomorrow out, we tend to be running about 20 power at the time, of course. So there are a couple of things that we can do with that are particularly fun. First off, we have Marshal Ironthorn, a 5-cost card that you can pay 15 to kill all enemy units with. That's a really good way to basically just turn any board into a one-sided Wrath effect and get yourself a really easy win with just a huge bomb. Champion of Progress, a 6/6 that can become an 18/18 with enough influence. This card, usually in combination with Marshal Ironthorn, can become a 12/12 all by itself, which makes it a pretty sizable dude that you can put a lot of cool effects on. So we really like Champion of Progress in these particular circumstances. And then finally, the Great Parliament, a 4/4 owl with flying for every 4 maximum power that you have. With 20 power, that equals out to quite a few owls, 5 owls in fact, and that's more than enough flyers to take on a board without a harsh rule with a lot of different circumstances. Before we play A New Tomorrow, we have a couple of cards like Mystic Ascendant for Empower and Awakened Student for Empower, who get significant advantages out of having that New Tomorrow happen. Now, one of the linchpins of the deck is the card Spire, Chaplain. This is a 3/3 that when it attacks draws a Justice Sigil from your deck. I really like this card. I think it's fairly undervalued, and it's a really strong way to get a bunch of card advantage if you're a deck that really likes to have power. Because it always draws you extra cards, even though those cards are always sigils, that means that you can actually set up a lot of advantage engines, and of course there are tons of ways to basically take the excess sigils that you'll get from Spire Chaplain and turn them into other cards. So Marshal Ironthorn, of course, turns them into New Tomorrow fodder and extra owls and Champion of Progress and all of the extra like potential damages you can get out of it. Spire Chaplain is a really strong value card that essentially reads draw a card every turn. So if you can keep this card alive, that's definitely the way that you can really weigh out your opponent in this particular type of game. So we have a couple of different cards to protect Spire Chaplain and also to protect our big bombs like Great Parliament and, of course, the ever wonderful Champion of Progress, who is not a card that sees a lot of play, but is very good in this specific deck. So we have 3 protects, early cards that can give a unit or player Aegis. If you are suspecting that there's a Torch or a Valkyrie Enforcer in your opponent's hand, keeping your Spire Chaplain until turn 4 can be really beneficial just so that you can use this particular type of effect. We also run Finest Hour, which protects us from Torch and allows us to attack with Spire Chaplain into cards like Sandstorm Titan or various other big, nasty units. It's a really good way to basically set up against that. To keep the board a little bit clear for Spire Chaplain, we also run Vanquishes. We have Desert Marshals to silence particular threats. And then if things get out of control, we run 2 harsh rules just to make sure that things don't get too crazy. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff. We also run 2 copies of Healer's Cloak. Healer's Cloak gains health equal to the wielder's health. This is very good on buffed up Mystic Ascendants, buffed up Marshal Ironthorns and Sandstorm Titans, and it's also especially good on Champion of Progress. You can get a 20 health swing that way. It's a really fun way to just get a massive amount of damage, so I really like this particular card. If you want to add a little bit of fun and silly to the deck, Order of the Spire works pretty well in here. Since you have the Protects and the Finest Hours, you can do quite a bit of stuff. We cut it out of this particular version because we're trying to face down a more competitive meta, so as a result, we ended up with no Order of the Spire, but it's another fun card that you can include. So that's pretty much it for the breakdown. You can see the deck in action. We'll play a couple of games with it. See you guys shortly for those. All right, we're set up. We have Desert Marshal, Ironthorn, Desert Marshal early helps with the hand, but unfortunately no green, so we'll have to throw it back. Seed of Progress Combrei banner. That looks a little bit better. Awakened Student plus Desert Marshal seems pretty solid, and yeah, I think that this is okay. The question of whether to play Awakened Student on 2 or on 3 is always interesting. I actually kind of prefer to play it on 2 nowadays. I used to say that Awakened Student was mostly a 3-drop, but it's really nice to set it down before you play Spire Chaplain. And it can draw out some cards like Desert Marshal before you really have any major issues.
Mind over body.
Give you a little bit of tempo. So what do we got? A green there, so could definitely be a Desert Marshal.
For those who cannot.
And for the Hero of the People, that is a card that really just needs to die. Like I would prefer to play Spire Chaplain here, but
You can escape me.
the first rule of Hero of the People is never let Hero of the People live for more than one turn. So, go ahead and set that up. From here, there could be a Karmic Guardian, could be all sorts of different options. Spire Chaplain feels pretty nice. Let's go ahead and play the Seed of Progress. I'm not in Harsh Rule territory yet, so I don't think I need to stand together. Might do it here anyways. That's a lot of value to be pushing. I mean, my overall game plan is New Tomorrow, so it's a little bit difficult to weigh, but I think that it's right here to set up a 5/5 with Aegis. And if I draw a power here... Oh, well, okay, that's one way to do it. Here we are, looking at Desert Marshal Awakened Student. I am okay with this early hand. You want to see those Protects and Finest Hours to protect your early stuff. Get yourself a little bit of a bonus, and if we can actually get some power, that's really going to help out.
Time quickens.
Alright, I think I'm going to silence that.
You can escape me.
Just get myself set up with a little 2/1.
Almost there. Almost there.
Alright, we got a, this deck is a,
Mind over body.
what is it called? A Shimmer Pack Porter deck. Pretty solid. So,
Focus.
playing lots of stuff, eventually going to throw out a Xenon Obelisk, and eventually, after that, you're going to see
Time quickens.
pretty straightforward... Oh, goodness. And I don't love this. You get to push a little damage, and then Obelisk pushes damage back. Let's not see an Obelisk. That would be good. Okay. I can live with that. Time Sigil. Playing for 3. No Scorpion Wasps, nothing
I
crazy.
bring word.
Spire Chaplain really needs to come down here. I need some power. Ephemeral Wisp. I think we're looking at Vault of the Praxis here. Combrei banner is just fine. Swing for 4, and then we'll get Great Parliament for the push. I could hold off. We can gain ourselves a little health and just try to stay put, but I feel like it's important to establish a little bit of a board here. Okay, the backlash is interesting. From here we can still see Permafrosts. Harsh Rule doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for me. Go ahead and swing for 4 here. Just stay put. Ah, Obelisk, okay. That's no good. Don't really want to see any fully loaded obelisks. Let's go ahead and Parliament here. Get some real blockers going.
It's written right here.
All we need is a power. If we get a power, we win. If we don't, we probably lose. That's a lot of damage to be pushing. Block here, that'll reduce the amount of stuff he's swinging in for. Okay, got the Justice. Swing with both of these guys. There's the harsh rule.
This ends now.
And from here, we gotta get Ironthorn, Finest Houred, and Healer's Cloaked.
You've run far.
Feels a little bad playing him this early, but I think it's right.
Time quickens.
Initiate is that above Crystal and Chalice? Crystal and Chalice can't actually work here. Good stuff. Sandstorm Titan. Actually, let's attack for 5 first, then Sandstorm Titan. Titans. Pushing 10 here.
It's written right here.
Temple Scribe, hilariously small enough because Initiative Sands is dead. Ephemeral Wisp gets some card draw too, and also gets him some stall. Spire Chaplain's beautiful here. Go ahead and attack with both of these guys.
I bring word.
Spire Chaplain will help me get my extra power and get myself out of this hole. Temple Scribe double activating obelisks.
Focus, child.
These guys getting very big. Everything's rather scary right now. Start my turn. Go ahead and swing with everything. Get my Justice Sigil secured. 5 there. Simple blocks there. Cool, cool, cool. So Finest Hour on this guy. We'll play double green or double yellow. I'm gonna go with double green. I don't think it matters, but Healer's Cloak gains us 6. Or perhaps it gains us more than that. Did I just go from 7 to 15? So it was based on maximum health. So it gained us 8. I could have actually put it on Marshal Ironthorn and gotten even better results, but good to know. Ephemeral Wisps coming back are really scary here. They become 4/5s, which in turn leaves them larger than the Sandstorm
It's written
Titan.
right here.
Probably worth it to attack here for... Nah, I think we Parliament. 2 owls that I can protect seems like a pretty good deal. I might just start attacking with Sandstorm Titan every turn, trying to get the Sandstorm Titan sacrificed. I don't know, this is going to be tough. We can hold down the board long enough to get Ironthorn going. That's the ideal. But he's got a lot of big stuff, and we're in a bit of a tight spot. So this could get ugly. Okay, Shimmer Peck definitely creates some interesting struggles. Let's go ahead and protect both of our birds. Should we protect one of our Sandstorm Titans too? I don't know. He's got a lot of damage to attack with. Possibly more than I can deal with. 2 8/8s. Block there, take 8. Hang on a sec. If I were to not block there, that does make a difference. Stand together solves this problem for me. Nothing else does. Spire Chaplain, you are yet another blocker. I do need yet another blocker.
I bring word.
And that's enough to hold off 2 8/8s and a 6/7. Barring a crystallize, we should be okay. That doesn't matter. Got him. Good game. Alright, opening up the game, we have Spire Chaplain on 3, and that's really all that I need to ask for. I think we're pretty happy with that result. Let's see if we can get Spire Chaplain out. I'd like to see a Protect or something like that. See if we can get a little bit more stuff going on that front, but if we can't do it, then that's okay. We'll still be able to Harsh Rule on 5. Champion of Progress is getting set up on triple greens. I do not like this Armory deck, though. This is not good. If I were first, then Spire Chaplain would be fine here, because Auric Runehammer wouldn't be such a big deal. However, it looks like today we're just throwing Spire Chaplain in front of the wolves.
I bring word.
And now this hand is not that great. The Harsh Rule really doesn't help that much, so definitely looking for a little bit more. See if we can get that going. Justice Sigil. Yonder Vanquish. I can Harsh Rule at any time, but yeah. Not gonna be much to Harsh Rule.
State your purpose.
Okay, well, we'll pop the Aegis.
This ends now.
And if we don't get a relic weapon this turn, then we might actually have a good chance at living. Seven sevens, ouch. Definitely no fun. Go ahead and Vanquish here. Not sure what that fast spell is. Probably a torch. There's the Justice Sigil.
The Combrei
Champion of Progress answers relic weapons very well, but might end up getting Harsh Ruled. Mystic Ascendant might have been a better call, but it's hard to say for sure. Play the Ascendant, get the Justice Sigil. Spire Chaplain's not bad at all. Let's see a big relic weapon here, like an Auric Runehammer.
This ends now.
Alright, we'll have to Temple Scribe to get a power. Ironthorn's a lovely, lovely card here, but I'm not sure that I like him. I think I prefer Spire
I
Chaplain.
bring word.
The torch hurts. Now Daisho is actually a problem. But if I'm sitting on Ironthorn,
You've run far enough.
that gets me into the position where I can easily set up against pretty much anything. Ah, we got the harsh rule. Okay,
This ends now.
nothing to be done about that. 6 damage to the face. Mystic Ascendant plus Combrei banner.
Your power flows through me.
Hopefully we're finally at the point where we're not going to get harsh ruled over and over and over again. Drawing a protect would be especially nice. Good, got the hit to the face. Still have to worry about Ikaria at some point. What else you got? Smuggler's Stash. Could be a threat. Throne Warden's pretty scary. He gets a chump blocker in the form of Rakano Artisan. I don't think I care about the rest.
Forged for the throne.
Tough call. Let's do it.
We must rebuild.
Okay. So draw 10. Got the protect. That's really good. Swing for 28. I mean, yeah, I get the 2-1 for sure that way. So there's no way to sneak across a bunch of damage on me. And I got the protect, which is very important. We're going to hold on and probably discard, oh, let's say an Awakened Student. And also, I don't really need another Mystic Ascendant, do I? Oh, Order of the Spire is not very good right now. So Inspire does his thing. At full 10 power activation, just completely refilling my hand.
State your purpose.
That's fine. Good stuff. Ah, good recovery against that armory deck. That's it for today. I don't have any particular extra inclusions on this version of the deck. There's a lot of silly ways that you can play around with it. Like I said, I recommend for Order of the Spire. If we are going to have a bunch of brews coming this week, so I've recorded quite a few videos ahead of time, so look forward to those. And I will see you guys there. Feel free to like or subscribe if you liked the video, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.